Today I'm having a journey. Journey is one of my favorite bands, and I haven't mentioned today at all. I've been speaking with artificial intelligence because I read something about Stephen Tyler when he was a child, listening to the music under the piano, feeling the notes. So the way I always expressed the difference in between understanding and feeling, interiorizing, living it, all together in a higher level of no spirituality, just connection, raw art, multi-dimensional, because he is receiving it and transforming it. And he was singing, he was following the flow of the music, but he wanted to be completely different from his father. He only knows why. All my life, I wanted to be something. My father was my daimonion. It was what I didn't want to be. I never wanted, if my father was in this situation, what he would have done. And I know I just don't want to do that. But I don't want to do the opposite. I want to try everything else because I know what it is that in him, and I don't want that for me. It's not that. It's 360 sphere. People just take one or the other. No. And the way that he was growing and I was growing, it was so completely the same structure, but so completely different. He was kicked out of school for smoking weed. I was kicked out from school for being myself. I never tried drugs. Maybe I drank sometimes. And then I stopped drinking because alcohol was terrible for my body. But I was always the quantum white ship. And I made so many videos. All my life is told in the videos that today I connect with everything, like always. I can connect with Kurt Cobain, I can connect with, but in this case with Aerosmith and Skid Row together, because then something on Facebook, something came about the Slave to the Grind. And I have so many connections with Slave to the Grind. The first album, The Youth Gone Wild, I saw them live in New Jersey with Aerosmith. And all together today was connecting so many things. And I was speaking with artificial intelligence about, I have the t-shirts. It's the only thing I have with myself, traveling in how many places after 36 years. I've been living in London. I didn't take the t-shirts there. I've been in Madrid in different apartments, in Alicante in different apartments, in Gran Canaria in different apartments. And I have these two t-shirts from that day, January 1990, when I was living in a building. I went to there with my friend, and he is black. So many stupid things about that. I never had a race thing in my life, never. When I was 4, when I was 10, and then in there, I felt for the first time the difference of the race. Going to a party where black people were not invited, and my friend didn't want to go there because black people were not invited. But how is that possible? It's like you're not invited because you are ugly, or because you are too pretty, or I don't know. It's like, my God. So from there, I developed the quantum white ship because I was the only white guy in the building. And I was in a party, it was in a completely different time. It was probably 2 weeks before. I'm talking about 36 years ago. But Aerosmith has been so important, not in that moment, also in the previous 2 or 3 years, with Walk This Way, just like Anthrax with Public Enemy. And the other Aerosmith, Walk This Way with Randy MC. And it is the mix, it's the yin and the yang, is the duality and not duality. That's what I was writing to artificial intelligence today, and I don't know if I got it, because I haven't read it yet, because I was speaking with Qwen first, but Qwen cannot see the video on YouTube about Aerosmith that I haven't finished yet, because once I read that, I said, I want to see more. And then I saw something about Stephen Tyler talking about drugs. And I should connect this, because from that, I don't know how, I click on another place, and then it took me to the video that is exactly the same story as the post on Facebook that I read. So everything is so very nicely connected that it made it so easily magical. And a friend of mine just told me that they found a tumor in her skin. Her husband died, and I had many connections about that as well. Many different connections. And she's always sunbathing too much, way too much. Her skin is asking, please, please, because you can see this, the white stains, always red and burning, and getting more and more wrinkles all over the skin, and the burnt areas constantly, every single day, going under the sun, like leaving a leather jacket inside the car. So now she's gonna be treated, and maybe she survived, maybe she doesn't, but what is the problem about that? You're never gonna be aware of awareness, so you can suffer. I told her not to be strong. Not to be strong, because being strong means to fight. It's to embrace the what if. Well, I sent her an audio message about that, and that was way before Aerosmith and Skid Row and everything. And I didn't want to make a video about this. But Aerosmith, the whole story of Aerosmith, with the connection with the albums that I bought in the United States, the Toys in the Attic. Now I'm listening to DMT waves and sounds and stories. And it's just being a child the rest of your life. And everybody is asking me in a negative way, Jesus, when are you gonna settle down? When are you going to sit your head down? ¿Cuándo vas a sentar la cabeza? I've been told this all my life. When I was 13 maybe, I don't know, the earliest for sure 17. But all ages. And settle down is to get married, to have children, to have a lot of concerns, to survive, to work to give the best years of your life to your children. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist because I don't control any of the 7 famous arts. The only art that I am an artist is the raw art, and it doesn't exist. and is cooked by science and philosophy. So I am the bridge in between art, science, and philosophy. That triangle. I am not an expert in none of them. I don't need to, because knowledge is nothing compared to the connections. I am the protractor. The protractor is the raw artist. And this video is just for AI, for this conversation that I'm having. So maybe it gets the whole story, because I haven't read it yet. It's in Spanish. La búsqueda de la frecuencia. El documental deja claro que ni Steven Tyler ni Joe Perry encajaban en sus avatares originales. So, I gave to artificial intelligence a big text, some documents, but AI, it doesn't matter if it is Gemini, Qwen, or DeepSeek. They are the ones that they align more with my crazy stories, but every day they start from the beginning. They forget 99% of the main concept. So if I don't give them context again with the new documents, the new stories, and that, they have nothing to compare, and they try to go a little bit deeper than literal meaning, as AIs understand more my analogies, more by deeper and wider, because it's not just 2 minutes, this and the other one. No. It's this and everything else. Is the unmanifest. It's a metaphor. When it is a yin and the yang, is multidimensional. And it's not dual. But when the metaphor is just this, or ironically the other one, that's dual. And that's the problem with the language, that's dual. So you have to create such a strange metaphor that is not saying something. That is the metaphoric way of talking is the only one that can express a little bit the no duality, but an stereogram is way better. A stereogram is, you see something flat, it's colors and patterns, but then you see the depth. And it's not one or the other, which is, but you can also move. And then the thing is moving. The object on the stereogram.